Yeah, they're expensive. It's a family. Oh, yeah.
Bear camp is basically, I've been addicted since 1987. First time I went bear hunting, I've been addicted ever since because they're an amazing creature. They are an amazing creature out there in the woods.
I don't even know how many trips I've been on. I don't even know anymore. Probably 8 trips, and I'm still just amazed. I mean, when you're sitting there, especially with the camera, watching a bear come in, and here's something that weighs 200, possibly 300 pounds, and it makes literally no sound whatsoever.
At all. And you're looking right at him, and they're still walking through the brush, and you're going, how is he not making any noise?
And they just appear. You can sit there and stare at one spot for hours and hours, turn your head and look back, and
there he is. The ghost. They call him the ghost of the woods for a reason, because they are. And
so now the bear camp breaks up into the season part of it, because you have your baits, then you have baits with hounds, and then there's actually trapping, which...
Oh, yeah. And Maine we can trap, and we have to use snares. We don't use the leg holes anymore, but we do offer trapping, But what it is, usually the last Monday in August, every year is when the season starts. We have 2 weeks that are over bait, and then the third week is overlaps. We can hunt with bait, and that's what I call my combo hunts. We can hunt with hounds first thing in the morning. If we get nothing going by noontime, 1 o'clock, we get you back to the lodge, get a bite to eat, and then you're sitting out on a stand for bears in the evening. And hounds goes all the way to the end of October. But over bait only goes for 4 weeks. But when that 4th week is up, then we go to strictly hounds. And then the 1st of October, when our archery whitetail comes in, that's where I offer the combo hunts, where we're hunting with bear in the morning, and then sitting on a stand or whatever options we have of going for whitetail in the evenings. And then if we get you tagged out with a bear, we'll be whitetail morning and evening both.
I can tell you the hound thing, if you like any kind of dog, working dog, if running rabbits, coyotes, you run a bear, you want to talk about
adrenaline. It's just from start to go. It's once we check that camera and we find a bear we want to go after.
And if you can't tell, Dan gets a little piped up about stuff. You can see I love it. He's got a seatbelt on right now.
Keep me in the seat. Yeah.
So that's the bear camp is kind of explain when you come into camp. What are you expecting?
Well, we tell people when you get there, you can park your vehicle. The rest is on us. We got 3 square meals a day, peanut butter jelly sandwiches. It's full 3 square meals a day. And it's a 1-on-3 ratio with our guides. We don't do no can hunts where we're putting 10, 12 people into a van, hire bus drivers. It's a 1-on-3 ratio to the guides. Usually by 1 o'clock after lunch, we're getting you guys out there to your stand, deliver you out there, get you up in stand. And what I like to do is, because there's so many different parties, walks of life together, everybody gets picked up. We come back to the lodge, have a sit-down supper, and then we'll go back out and either track, gather up bears, whatever we got to do there. But none of this sitting out on the road till 10, 11 o'clock, because one of the other guys in the group got a bear, and they're out there tracking it and leave it. No. Everybody comes back, and that's what I like. Everybody's back, usually by 9, 9:15, 9:20. Everybody's back at the lodge, and that way there, if father, son, the son was one guide, the father was another guide, they want to go out and look for their bear, they can go back together, get the inwood pictures, and...
Yeah, I had that in Quebec. I actually shot my bear and went out to the road and sat for 5 hours on the road. I went back in, got my climber, brought it back out to the road, set it up on the road as a recliner.
The recliner, I've heard those horror stories.
For 5 hours until somebody came to get me. I'm like, boy, I wish I would have drove.
We have very limited cell phone service, which is, again, in my eyes, a bonus, because it kind of gets people detached away, and you see a whole different, by the end of the week, when they ain't got no cell phones and whatnot,
but I can tell you from being there with the experience of it is you send everybody out with two-way radios, so there still is communications.
Yes.
So it's not like you dropped off in the woods and if you have an issue or whatever.
And you never know what you're going to run into. Right.
You get bear, okay, so you don't want to sit out there anymore or whatever, or if there's whatever happens, there is communication, and your guides are out in those areas. It's not like they drop you off and
disappear.
They go back to take a nap.
Our guides are we try to stay very interactive with the clients all week long. That's what I pride the whole experience of a guided hunt is. None of this not talking to your guide all week, just he picks you up, drops you off, and that's it. No, our guides are very interactive. Like you said, my son-in-law, he's one of my guides. Rich, I don't know what I do with all of them. He's my right-hand man up there.
I mean, it's kind of your family business, but it's kind of extended family that kind of helps you out and stuff. I mean, we went up there when I picked up my moose, and we helped you set
Yeah.
up some of the
Oh, you guys
stands.
been-
Pretty much you had a whole bunch of family up there doing everything. Everybody's into it.
Everybody's into it. Everybody pitches in and goes along, and it's yeah. And again, even with the hunters, I call you guys show up as sports, and I've got so many friends across the country now that it's just unbelievable the people you meet and you get the experience. And I've had sports from New York come up and Pennsylvania and West Virginia. And I've heard later on here they are going on. They meet at my place, and here they are going on hunts out west, or and it's great. And it's and like I said, that's why I say it's kind of like NASCAR. It's a tight family. You don't realize how tight of a family it is until you get into it, and experience it. And